Last night at Chase Field, the Giants offense came alive with 11 hits, including 2 home runs in a 9-2 win in Game 1 of the series. Tonight, Paul Goldschmidt returns to the D-backs lineup. The MVP candidate is the centerpiece of a high-powered offense that's headed to postseason. It's Game 2 of the series next. We are back here at Chase Field on a Tuesday night as we get ready for Giants baseball. This is Game 2 of this 3-game series. Welcome to NBC Sports Bay Area, powered by Xfinity. Hi again, everybody. I'm Dwayne Kuiper. Alongside me is Mike Krupko. Well, hey, the Giants win Game 1 of the series, but tonight the Diamondbacks are going to send out the A-team. They'd like to play a nice, clean game tonight, but really tonight, Mike, it's all about the pitching.
Well, it really is, and Matt Moore, who's going to be on the hill tonight for the Giants, has been very good of late. Last 7 starts, he's 3-2 with a 3.3 ERA. His opponent tonight likely to be the guy who's going to be on the hill if the Diamondbacks get past the wild card and take on the Dodgers. It would be Robbie Ray taking on Clayton Kershaw. Ray this year against the Giants 2-0 with a 1.8 ERA, but Hunter Pence against Robbie Ray, 6 for 12 lifetime. We'll watch that matchup.
All right, a good matchup tonight with a pair of lefties here in the desert. Stay tuned. We'll take you to our NBC Sports Bay Area studios for an update, and we'll do that right after this.
Bay Area is brought to you by Southwest. Yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. By Toyota, the full-line automaker with the longest-lasting vehicles in America. Toyota, let's go places. By State Farm, here to help life go right. Talk to an agent today or call 1-800-STATE-FARM. By Jack in the Box. Come try the new $4.99 Smoky Jack Burger Combo with small fries and a small drink, limited time only. And by the 2017 Jeep Cherokee with an EPA estimated 30 highway miles per gallon.
Just about ready for baseball here in Phoenix. Our game time weather is presented by the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. The admission-free boardwalk is open this weekend. 83 degrees. The roof is open, and we are ready to play baseball. Let's take a look at the Giants lineup, brought to you by Southwest Airlines. It'll be Pence, Panic, and Hernandez. Panic has had a good month. Posey, Hundley, and Mac Williamson. Then it'll be Tomlinson, Calixte, and hitting ninth, Matt Moore.
On the hill tonight, excuse me, on the hill tonight for the Arizona Diamondbacks will be the left-hander, Robbie Ray. 25 years old. He's in his third year at the big league level. 6'2", 195-pounder out of the University of Arkansas. And boy, has he had a great year. He's an all-star. 155 innings. He struck out 212 guys. 14-5 with a 2.95 ERA. And he loves his fastball. And you're going to see a lot of them. They'll go mid to high 90s. He's also got a curveball slider changeup. He'll ride that curveball slider combination a lot. But when he gets his back against the wall, he thinks fastball.
So here's Robbie Ray, and the first pitch of the ball game is down low. So we get started on time at 6:40. Pence 2 for 5 last night, including a home run. And he takes a bit wide. The home plate umpire is Jeff Nelson. Then it's Blazier, Marley, and Eddings from first to third.
Jeff Nelson, low ball umpire, does not have a big strike zone. Very, very tight corners.
And it's 3-0. Pence, Panic, Hernandez. Here in the top of the first inning. And a strike. It's 3-1. This will be the 27th start for Robbie Ray. And the lefty deals, and Pence hits a drive foul.
All right, time now for our Jeep drive of the game. Last night, the top of the fourth inning, Zach Godley on the hill for the D-backs, and Hunter Pence hit a solo shot off of the fair pole, as my partner likes to say. That's his 13th homer of the year, and that was our Jeep drive of the game.
And the payoff pitch, and Pence takes the walk. So that's how this game gets started.
Let's take a look at the Diamondbacks defense behind Robbie Ray tonight, starting in the outfield from left to right. It's going to be Peralta, Pollock, and Martinez. Marte and Lamb will be on the left side of the infield. Drury and Goldschmidt will be on the right side. Chris Iannetta, he'll be in the squad, putting down the signs.
Here's Panic. Panic took an 0 for 4 in the game last night. And he looks at a strike. He's 5 for 11 off of Robbie Ray in his career with a double. Taking a long look at Phil Nevin. Panic, base hit to right. Will Hunter Pence go for it? He will not. He will put on the brakes.
Time now for our Nissan keys to the game time for number 1. Robbie Ray against Hunter Pence. We're going to watch the matchup. Why? Because Pence 6 for 12 and already he's on base by way of the walk. Number 2, keep the ball in the yard. The Diamondbacks have hit 86 more home runs than the Giants. The key to beating this team in this yard, make them stay in the yard. Watch the long ball. Those are our Nissan keys to the game.
So here's Gorkis Hernandez. Gorkis goes from a part-time player to hitting third. and tight. He's never had a hit against Robbie Ray. He's 0 for 6.
Well, you say, well, why is he hitting again third against a guy where he's 0 for 6 lifetime? Well, because he's got a good swing going right now. And with Bruce Bochy, that means something.
Taps it foul to even the count. New baseballs for Jeff Nelson. Buster Posey's on deck. We are just underway here at Chase Field. Last night road game for the Giants. Now we're having a meeting with shortstop, second baseman. Just going over what the signs are.
It's just a bit odd that a starting pitcher would have to have a meeting in the first inning in regards to signs. It's something that you should have talked about prior to the game. The only reason I bring it up is that it breaks the rhythm of a pitcher.
Good pitch, 1 and 2. Giants are 5 and 5 in their last 10 games. D-backs are 5 and 5 in their last 10. Bruce Bochy won his 900th career game in a Giants uniform last night. He didn't even know it.
What's unique about Bochy is that he won 900 plus games as the manager of the Padres. So to do it for two teams kind of separates himself from the herd.
Marquis Hernandez sees the same pitch and takes it this time. This is the breakdown. You see the wins with the Padres, 951. And the wins with the Giants.
I mean, the only guy to ever do it for two teams, have 900 or more wins.
Three and 2. So Robbie Ray got Marquis Hernandez to swing at that one off-speed pitch. Tried it 2 more times, and now it's a full count. Buster Posey. So you said, hey, when it comes down to having to throw a pitch, he likes his fastball. Let's see if it's right here. On the ground, it could be a pair. That's 1, and that's 2. And that has hurt the Giants in this road trip.
Well, it really has.
Number 28, Buster Posey.
And for Robbie Ray, I mean, you're looking at one thing that he's really improved himself in, and it's his ability to pitch for ground balls. He's basically a strikeout fly ball guy, but once he learned a two-seam fastball, it gives him 2 pitches that he can get the ground ball with, the sinker and the slider.
Buster Posey offers at the first pitch and lifts it into the upper deck.
And Robbie Ray doesn't have to have big sink. It's not big sink movement, but when you grip a baseball a different way, you're going to get different movement, especially if your velocity is right around 95, where his is. And if you can locate down around the knees, get a little movement that runs down, you're going to get balls hit on the ground. Opened up a whole new world for him. Seven guys in the National League this year with 200 strikeout seasons. Robbie Ray joining Zach Greinke, Jeff Samardzija in that group. Max Scherzer on top of the pile. All those guys have great stuff.
And Robbie Ray is going to get out of the inning. After 1/2 inning, Giants nothing, and more coming out. and it's brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Peralta, Pollock, Goldschmidt, the A-team back in there, and J.D. Martinez, a great month, followed by Ionetta, Drury, and Lamb. Marte is going to hit in the A spot, and then it's Robbie Ray, who can hit, by the way.
On the hill tonight for the Giants will be the left-hander Matt Moore, 28 years old. He's 6'2", 215-pounder. And he's making his 32nd appearance, 31st start of the year. 6-14 with a 5.20 ERA. Doesn't tell you the whole story. He has struggled up most of the season with mechanics. The last 7 starts, he's 3-2 with a 3.31 ERA. So he really has ironed out his problems. When he's going good, you're going to see a fastball that'll go low to mid-90s, more mids than lows. He will cut and sink the fastball, and he'll also throw a curveball and a changeup. So 65% of the time you're going to see something hard coming at you. Lifetime against the Diamondbacks, he is 3-2 with a 3.31 ERA. Good numbers.
So here's Peralta, who did not play last night, and the first pitch is way inside for a ball. Peralta, 14 home runs, 54 runs batted in. And Matt Moore comes back in with a strike. Pollock and then Goldschmidt. And this is tapped foul. It's 1-2. The only Diamondbacks player in the lineup tonight that was in the starting lineup last night is Brandon Drury. Everybody else got the night off as far as starting. Hit on the ground to Posey, and it's foul.
Let's look at the Giants defensively tonight. Behind Matt Moore, starting in their outfield. From left to right, it'll be Williamson, Hernandez, and Pitts. Good arms across the board. The best one in left field. Tomlinson and Caliste on the left side of the infield. Panic and Posey. They'll be on the right side. Nick Huntley. He'll be in the squad, putting down the signs. The conditions in the ballpark tonight are ideal. The roof is open. The windows behind the outfield are open. And
2-2.
There's carry from foul line to foul line. Fast infield, fast gaps in the outfield. It is a very, very offensive ballpark.
Two pitch. Foul down the left field line and out of play.
Good pitch. Above the scoreboard out straightaway center field to each side of the clock, they've got 2 big old flags out there. And I mean, they're hardly even moving. So there's just maybe a whisper of wind. Certainly not anything that's going to affect a fly ball or a pop up.
Peralta in a swing mode. Fouls another one. The object now for Toy Lavello and this team is to play clean baseball before Wednesday.
Wednesday of next week is the wild card game. Diamondbacks still wondering as to who they're going to play. Odds on favor right now are the Colorado Rockies.
And another foul.
Who are winning right now. Against
everything stays the same with the scoreboard, and it may not. Cardinals and Cubs are only in the 4th inning. But if it stays like this, the wild card standings stay the same. 3-2.
Next pitch going to be number 10. So a battle right out of bed. Yeah, there's a Cub fan. He's happy.
Here's our smart play brought to you by your California Ford dealers. It was Matt Moore against the Rockies last Wednesday. And Matt Moore wins 6 innings, no runs, 6 hits, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts, and he threw 99 pitches. So with the walk to Peralta, now it's A.J. Pollock. Pollock 262, 13 home runs, 47 runs batted in. And now Matt Moore out of the stretch for the first time. 1 ball and no strikes. Same spot, 2-0.
Well, and now all of a sudden the big time concern. You have a 10-pitch battle, you lose a guy to a walk, and all of a sudden you fall behind 2-0 to the next guy as you get into the stretch for the first time.
Yeah, and then that guy's on deck. Two and 0. And he drops in a strike at 93. 2 balls and 1 strike.
And that's a knee-high strike too, because if he's going to get a ground ball with his stuff, it's off the fastball. It's got to be down around the knees. His curveball, it also can get some ground balls, but knee-high location is paramount.
On the ground, foul. So it's now 2 balls and 2 strikes.
All right. She's got somebody picked out for it. No, not you, not you, no, not you. There you go. Job well done.
Picked a redhead.
Yep, little ginger.
Out of play. There's a bit up in the strike zone. It stays at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
I like that pitch though. I mean, that's a flat cut. He wants that flat movement to get in on the hands of Pollock, and there's an opening there. He can get jammed. I also like the velocity of that cutter at 90.
And it's off the glove of Calixte. So Pollock with a base hit.
And it has officially become a stress inning here for Matt Moore.
Goldschmidt at 306, 120 runs batted in with 36 home runs. Hundley blocks it.
Orlando Calixte got up, just did not have enough height on it. Came close to taking away a base hit from Pollock.
Timeout is called.
Paul Goldschmidt, great argument for the league's MVP this year. He's been fantastic. And it's just kind of like what he does. Very consistent with solid numbers every year.
There's a strike at the knees. So where's he ranked this year in the National League in the big departments?
Top 5 in most of them. Base percentage, OPS, home runs, RBIs, scored 115 runs, hit 374 as runners in scoring position.
Runners go. Got him.
Wow, that's a surprise. And that's a break. I mean, what's the golden rule? Don't make the first or the third out at third base. And with Paul Goldschmidt, I mean, you're in score position if you're at first base with his 36 home runs on the year. So Nick Hundley throwing a strike.
Play on.
I mean, that's a big out.
Well, it also kept Goldschmidt from swinging.
I think it froze him when he saw
everybody moving, so he took the pitch.
Now in a 1-2 count and open first base, Matt Moore doesn't have to give him anything.
In the dirt, a nice block. It's 2-2.
Well, that's a nice pitch. I mean, you got a guy hitting a 374 with runners in score position. Well, why are you stealing? And I think David. And there's Pollock quit too. Double steal was on.
Well, Pollock had to go. Once the other guy goes, you got to go.
That's a big, big momentum change in the inning, and now Matt Moore is going to try and take advantage of it.
Three and 2.
Yeah, those are good pitches with an open first base. It's not like you get a big break either. You got 40 home runs on deck, 43 home runs to be exact.
Yeah, but only 27 with the D-backs.
Yeah.
So that's the walk. I think he pitched him right.
He absolutely pitched him right.
So here's Martinez.
The thing too about Martinez, he's had 21 double plays he's hit into this year.
Oh, so we found one thing that he's not good at. Or something that he is good at. So Matt Moore was going to try to get out in front, and Martinez is going to sit on that first pitch. And it's low. 1 ball and no strikes.
You could nibble only so long with 1 out. I mean, you don't have an open base at third with 1 out. Sooner or later, he's going to have to get in that strike zone.
Foul back. There's a healthy rip. The rules have changed, and for the better for especially Joe Panik. With Buster Posey playing way off the bag, Goldschmidt is going to get a huge jump on a ground ball, and that's when middle infielders get torn up, but not anymore.
Yeah, the rules definitely protect the middle infielders.
Left field and hit well. And it's going to be up against the wall. Both runners are going to score. And Martinez has a double.
And that's exactly how you forget about a stolen base turning into an out at third base for a first out. Nobody's thinking about that now, and that's because of this swing of the bat from J.D. Martinez. That is a bullet.
Well, now you limit the damage if you're Matt Moore. Get off the field, allow a couple of runs. Iannetta at 253 with 16 home runs, 42 driven in. And he looks at a strike. Drury to follow. And he popped him up. Buster Posey will make the call on this one.
And for pop-ups in this ballpark, the conditions are about as benign with an open roof as you could possibly imagine.
So Drury had a couple of hits off of Cueto. And a first pitch strike. So Marcia tomorrow. Maybe Matt Cain on Saturday. Oh, and 2.
Next pitch, number 30. And a very stressful inning for Matt Moore.
And this is hit on the ground to Joe Panik. And this will end the inning. So 2 runs on 2 hits and a couple of walks. 2-0 D-backs.
Is brought to you by Mr. Pickle's Sandwich Shop. Tri-Tip, that's California's go-to barbecue. Introducing your new favorite sandwich, only $9.99.
Hey, you see outside at Chase Field. Inside it's 2-0. D-backs on top, and it'll be Robbie Ray to face Nick Hundley, then Mac Williamson and Kelby Tomlinson. Hundley hit a big 3-run home run last night to give him 9 on the season. And the first pitch is low and away for a ball. There's a strike. Overall, Hundley also picked up an RBI later on in the game. He was 2 for 3. He had 4 RBIs. He does have a home run and a double lifetime against Robbie Ray.
I think he's looking to hit 10 too.
1-2.
I liked his honesty last night. Well, time now for our pivotal play of the game. It's brought to you by your Bay Area Mercedes-Benz dealers. Last night, top of the 4th inning, Nick Hundley, the big blast of the game off Zach Godley, gave the Giants a little separation from the Diamondbacks. Home run number 9 for Hundley. And after the game, he said, "Yeah, I'm going to try and hit number 10." Why would you?
And he got him.
95 on the knees, outside corner. That was perfection. First strikeout of the night for Ray. Chris Iannetta had to hardly move the glove.
Well, you know one thing, that was not a strike in the bottom of the first. So here's Mac Williamson. No balls and 1 strike.
Corey Blazer, first base umpire, saying that was a swing. That was a close one.
Mac Williamson, a pinch hitter last night, and he struck out. Two balls and a strike. Overshift is on for Mac Williamson. Let's see, Goldschmidt, the lone defender on the right side. Two and two. Got him. Well, join us for the final brunch of the season on Sunday, October 1st, and Giants take on the Padres, presented by C's Candies. Lower box ticket, warm-ups from Triples Alley. You receive a box of C's Candies. Visit sfgiants.com/brunch. Here's Tomlinson. Tomlinson at .259, a home run, 11 driven in. Hit on the ground and on the backhand, in and out of the glove of Lamb, and he recovers to throw him out. So nice shutdown inning for Robbie Ray. 2-0 D-backs.
Los Gigantes Lager, a Mexican-style lager from Anchor Brewing and the San Francisco Giants.
D-backs with a 2-0 lead as we go to the home half of the second inning. It'll be Lamb, Marte, and Robbie Ray. Lamb takes a strike. He got 28 home runs, 102 runs batted in. No swing, 1 ball and 1 strike.
Lamb got off to a great start, average-wise. I mean, he's still got great numbers. Home run total, 28. I mean, he's got 102 RBIs. I mean, those are stellar, but his average really has taken a nosedive here. Second half of the season, down below 250 now.
Hitting 147 against lefties. Tap foul. So that's got to get better.
Well, that has been the challenge for him in his career. I mean, this year, because of his home runs and RBIs, he started seeing playing time against lefties. Before, they just sat him. The left-handed would pitch, it was a day off. A lot of pitches in the first inning for Matt Moore, and the one thing he does not want to do to start this one up is put himself in the stretch with a walk. And he does. Well, Xfinity X1 customers say, show me the San Francisco Giants into their TV set, their X1 voice remote, and they get live stats on their TV. Change the way you experience TV with Xfinity X1.
So here's Marte. Marte, in limited at-bats against Matt Moore, is 3 for 3 with 2 doubles. So figure that one out. And it's low, 1-0. Marte with the shoes.
Well, when he first got to the big leagues, on the way to the ballpark, he stopped off at a sporting goods store and bought himself some shoes. He didn't know the deal.
Out of play.
And he got to the ballpark that night. He put them on. The veterans found out about it. They took care of him. And now he leads the clubhouse in shoes. He's got red ones, and he's got blue ones, and he's got blue and red ones and white ones. He is the happiest guy on the team because he's a shoe guy.
Rockies Hernandez is going to come up empty, and it's going to roll to the wall. And they're going to hold up Lamb. It'll be a double. So now Marte's 4 for 4 against Matt Moore.
Ball had slice really working itself away from Gorkis Hernandez. And Hernandez playing about 2 or 3 steps over towards left center, but the ball just had slice. He couldn't catch up. So a gapper. And Jake Lamb, he had to hold up halfway between first and second to see if that ball was going to get caught. And Marte almost caught him.
So here's Robbie Ray, who's coming in at 255.
He can hit.
Giants will play the infield in. And a called strike. Marquise Hernandez will catch this in shallow center field. So Ray is retired on the pop-up.
As good as a strikeout.
And here's Peralta. Peralta had a long at bat in the first inning and eventually drew a walk. On the ground to Posey, and they're going to come home. And Buster's throw is high, and they're going to say he's safe at the plate. And scoring is Lamb. But
Buster had a little problem on the exchange. Couldn't get a grip, and then he throws high.
I think they got him on the arm.
I think they did. That one's going to get called.
No. Bochy says no.
Well, that disproves our theory about him getting on the arm before the toe hit home plate.
So the run scores. Fielder's choice in an RBI. And here's Pollock.
You know what's amazing is how different it can look from a different camera.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, you and I are both convinced after we saw the first one. Oh, he's out, coming back.
And a base hit. And I mean a solid base hit. Pollock is 2 for 2. Coming in to score is Marte.
So Dave Righetti going to come out, as this has been anything but easy for Matt Moore.
Goldschmidt drew a walk in the first.
One more look from a different angle. Yeah, I mean that angle right there looks like they got it. Exactly. And you just don't know if the Exmo, the slow motion camera, was fed to the clubhouse in time, and that has been an issue. Teams have complained that home teams get the Exmo before the visiting teams. And had the Giants seen that shot right there, they would have challenged. So, replay still a work in progress.
And the pitch is wide. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Outfield straight away. Peralta at second and Pollock at first. And it's wide again. 2 balls and 1 strike. Three and 1. So this is an important pitch. It's a dangerous pitch. And it's 3-2.
And it was a perfect pitch.
And it was a good pitch.
It's also a pitch that's going to determine as to whether or not the Giants bullpen gets going.
And a check swing roller to Matt Moore. And not in time.
Well, again, the Giants will look at this one. A little bit of a bobble, and Goldschmidt's going to run it out. He's got good speed. Yeah, I don't know if there's enough there to challenge.
So that'll be an error on Matt Moore.
Yeah, that was a tie, and no way that would have been overruled. So the Giants give the Diamondbacks another out. You can't do that against this club. Can't do it against any club, but certainly one as offensive as this D-back team is, especially in this ballpark.
So here's J.D. Martinez, who doubled in a pair of runs in the first. And he takes a strike, and it's 0-1. Nothing in 2. So there's Suarez getting loose. Suarez. Up high, 1-2. Peralta, Pollock, and Goldschmidt. They're your base runners. 2 runs in.
Good speed on the base paths.
High and deep into right center field. And gone. So Bruce Bochy's coming out. When it's time for a change thing speedy. Oil change and auto service, your trusted oil change tune-up and brake experts. We'll be back.
Take a look at what Albert Suarez has done in 17 games this year. 0-3 with a 5.40 ERA. 34 strikeouts in 30 innings. 4-pitch guy with a low to mid average or mid 90s fastball. And right now he needs to throw some strikes.
And he does to Iannetta, who popped out in the first inning.
8 runs, 7 of which were earned for Matt Moore.
And there's a breaking ball that misses. 2 balls and 1 strike.
JD Martinez came into the game with 97 RBIs. Of course, the goal to get 100 RBIs in the season. Well, scratch that off the list.
He's got 15 home runs this month. Two and 2. And that's rolled foul. The only out is Robbie Ray hit a pop-up to Gorkis Hernandez. It's 3 and 2.
Have a month, my friend. 15 bombs. I think he definitely likes the National League.
Bounce to Calixte. This is what his grand slam looked like.
Well, and the thing that's amazing, as you see this ball below the strike zone, is how many of his home runs have gone the right side of the field. I mean, he doesn't even get a lot of back leg in this thing, and he takes on right center field. I mean, that's a guy with a strong set of hands.
So here's Drury. And Drury takes a strike. That is a rough one if that's your last start of the year.
Well, you're right. And it was scheduled to be Matt Moore's last start of the year. Because of this tonight, you may see him throw out of the bullpen this weekend just to try and get that bad taste of tonight out of his mouth.
Absolutely.
Talk about 15 home runs in a month for JD Martinez. He's going to be a free agent. He's 30 years old. And you put up a season where you've got 44 home runs, and there's more season for him. And you've got over 100 RBIs. He's hitting over 300. If you combine what he did in Detroit and here.
Hit out to right field. Hunter Pence is coming in, and he's going to make the sliding catch, and that'll end the inning. 8-0 D-backs.
The true cold brew that's always cold, so it's always fresh. Pete's is coming in cold to a store near you.
8-0 D-backs. Is Orlando Calixte is going to lead things off. And he's going to take a strike. And this is rolled up the middle. And a strong throw, and Calixte goes down, but he's thrown out on a nice play. 1 out.
Brandon Drury's got a very strong arm, and he needed every bit of it. Calixte, I mean, he could put some heat on a play. Saw the one finger being held up by Bruce Bochy to Suarez, telling him to take a strike.
And he does.
Like that. But that play going far to his left from Drury with a fast runner going down the line, that's as good as it gets.
Marte on the ground ball and the throw, which is a little offline.
Let's take a look at the second baseman, Brandon Drury, going to his right. Reach down backhander. Not even close. Look out, Orlando. One more look. And what the big leagues is all about.
So here's Pence. Pence opened up the game with a walk. Here he takes a strike. Oh, and 2. Panic would hit if Hunter Pence extends the inning here in the third. Up and in, 1 and 2. So 36 pitches for Robbie Ray. Outside, it's 3 and 2. And if you use my partner's formula, anything under 45 would be good after 3.
Yeah, pitch count not really an issue. But Ray taking his time getting back up here just to get ready for this 3-2 pitch.
And it's a walk.
So a 3-2 breaking ball with an 8-0 lead. Interesting selection. I say that only because we know how Robbie Ray does like his fastball. Throws a lot of them.
Joe Panik with a single in the first inning. And that's the only hit for the Giants. And a swing, ain't gonna miss. High and away to even the count. Giants are 7 and 10 against Arizona this season. So the final game of this season series will be tomorrow afternoon. Not many day games here in this park. Sundays and a few getaway days, and that's it. Here's a called strike.
That's kind of a perfect strike from a pitcher's perspective.
And it got a play. If I read that right, he threw that at 97.
Oh, he can throw it up there. And you can see he can lock into consistent high 90s. 96, 98.
Two and two. Panik again shoots it foul. And right into the second deck. There are 3 decks here at Chase Field. Yep. Really nice job in this park.
Yeah, it's got a good feel to it. Kind of like baseball in the 21st century.
This one could be playable for Peralta. And he makes the running catch to end the inning. Suarez coming back out. Most inspirational player on the team is voted upon by players, coaches, training staff, and Giants fans. This year's award will be presented this Friday prior to the Giants-Padres game, and arrive early, as past Willie Mack Award winners will be on hand as Willie announces this season's honoree, sfgiants.com, for that weekend series against the San Diego Padres, as Jake Lamb stands in. And the first pitch is inside for a ball. The confirmed former Willie Mack winners that will be there will be my partner, Jack Clark, Larry Herndon, Dave Dravecki, Tiny Felder, Marvin Bernard, Ellis Burks, Ryan Vogelsong, Javi Lopez. There's a pitch foul and out of play.
Well, it's always an emotional night because it's an award that you're voted upon by your teammates, your coaches, your manager. This year, Fans are going to get a chance to have their say in it. They get a vote.
This has popped up for Hunter Pence.
It's a night I look forward to every year. I know Willie McCovey looks forward to it every year. And there are some good candidates this year.
Here's Marte. Marte picked up a double off of Matt Moore in that second inning. Here he lifts one foul down the left field line and out of play.
I think Marte's been a good shot in the arm for this club too. Diamondbacks lost Nick Ahmed, Chris Owings, both guys who were playing shortstop for him, and now all of a sudden they had to go to the minor leagues, and they came up with Marte.
Yeah, I mean, Mr. Shoes has done a nice job.
Yes, he has.
I mean, if you look closely at the socks that the D-backs wear, there is teal in the socks and in the A, so thus that's how you can pull off the teal shoes. It's in there.
Teal gloves, teal shoes. You think guys have fun, get dressed?
Yeah.
Especially young players. I mean, down the minor leagues, you don't get those perks.
Well, you're stopping at Big Five for your shoes and sometimes your bats. And on a 3-2 pitch, it goes to the backstop.
Fourth walk the Giants have issued the Diamondbacks.
So Robbie Ray, if Mike Murphy was part of this organization, this would be Murphy's favorite player because his walk-up music is Frank Sinatra.
Fly Me to the Moon. Mike Murphy could tell you every word of every song that Frank Sinatra sung.
Yeah, I've been with Murph, and so have you, and he did try to fly to the moon.
Well, he's actually made it a couple times.
Barleycorns in Cincinnati?
Yep. Mike Murphy, the legendary clubby, been with the Giants since 1958.
Cued foul as the end of the bat splinters. It's 1 ball and 1 strike.
Yeah, old Hickory died a hard death.
And a new Hickory handed over.
Oh, two-seamer.
Back in the day, you'd look to see if that bat was corked.
Absolutely, you would.
Now, they don't need to be.
Now, the wood is so hard now. And it used to be pretty much all you hit with was white ash. Now, I think maple has taken over the lead.
Hit to left. And Mac Williamson's going to run it down. And his long throw across the diamond, not in time. I think you can make bats out of anything you want now. I mean, if I were a player right now, I'd go to a bowling alley and I'd find out the manufacturer of bowling pins.
AMF.
And I'd give him some wood. And I'd say, make me a bat. I'm sure Major League Baseball does have regulations as to what they can use, but
yeah, but a lot of wood types, they're either too heavy or they're not hard enough. That's why maple is just been such a revelation.
But I've not heard of anybody that's had their bats taken away. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. We did a radio show on that not too long ago, and we found there's at least 20 manufacturers of bats that big leaguers have been approved to use.
Swing and a miss. Nothing in 2.
But you see guys take a bat, a Maplewood bat, they'll go out and take batting practice with it, and after their batting practice session, there's not a mark on the bat.
Not one.
Now, white ash, you're going to get some marks on the bat. But it's all about feel. When the Maplewoods are coming out, Barry Bonds really was the guy that really put Maplewoods on the bat. I asked Matt Williams one time, and have you tried the Maplewood bat? He says, I didn't like it. I mean, he was a home run hitter. You figured he would benefit from a harder bat, but he liked the feel of white ash. And it always gets back to that same thing, the feel in a guy's hand. Standard bat size now, 34 inches long, 31 ounces in weight. That's the standard bat.
Tap foul.
And just about everybody in the big leagues likes the thinner handle. And that's all a product of the way they were raised.
Yeah.
Aluminum bats, metal bats, they all come with thin handles. Guys get used to that feel. They want that same feel with the wood.
Pulled foul. Plus, that whole generation of the Cepedas and Robinsons and Mays, and I think that whole group, Clemente, and they all had one thing in common. None of them had small hands. Willie McCovey, they all had big, strong hands, and those hands aren't really built for a thin handle bat.
They're not. I think like the standard bat back in their day was a K55,
yeah, which was a normal size handle. Hit out into left field for more work for Mac Williamson, and that'll end the inning. So the D-backs don't score. Hernandez is going to lead things off. It's 8-0.
NBC Sports Bay Area is brought to you by Amici's East Coast Pizzeria. When you want the best pizza in town, Amici's delivers. And by Provident Credit Union Super Reward Checking. We pay you.
Here at Chase Field, 8-0 Diamondbacks. As here's Gorkis Hernandez. Rockies bounce into a double play in the first inning. It really was kind of a sign of what was going to happen in this game. The 0-1 pitch, and Rockies takes a strike. It's 0-2. Close. Very close.
Good 0-2 pitch, though. 95 to with cut just above the hands, inside corner. Going right back in there again.
Breaks his bat on the ground to Lamb at third. And that's out number 1.
Well, preseason basketball is right around the corner. That's right. Warriors take on the Nuggets this Saturday at 5:30 p.m. You'll see it right here on NBC Sports Bay Area. The NBA champions are back. First chance to check out the Warriors as they get ready to defend their title. And we wish them the best.
Yes. Not saying that they need it, but we would just wish them the best. Health. We wish them good health.
Yeah, we wish them good health.
All the other stuff will take care of itself.
All the way from the players to their coaching staff. Good health.
The 1-0 to Buster Posey. Outside.
Just to finish that discussion about the K55, which was such a standard bat, saw it in every bat rack in the big leagues. It is an extremely thick-handled bat compared to what guys use now. That's why you never see a K55. You'll never see a U1 again. That was a bat that was thick-handled. It had no knob, but it was everywhere. Game has evolved. Bats are lighter.
And a call strike. It's 3-1 now to Buster Posey.
The bats have evolved as pitching has evolved. Everybody's got a changeup. Everybody's got a cutter. 2 times the fastball. Slider at least.
Out of play.
Curveball seems to be making a comeback. You see more curveballs around the league. The on-deck circle, however, stays the same. Some of the most ridiculous things in the world you'll find in the on-deck circle.
Posey out swinging. 2 down.
One of the most ridiculous things I ever saw in an on-deck circle was the 79 Pittsburgh Pirates. Somebody had taken like a volleyball pole and they cut it about 3 feet above the ground, and then they just ripped it out of the cement. So it was a big chunk of cement with about 3 feet of a volleyball pole, and that's what they used all year.
Yeah, try to pack that. This is currently what's.
How do you explain that going through customs when the Pirates had to go to Montreal? Remember the big fans that guys used to put on the end of their bat?
Absolutely.
Roberto Gomez, rookie. We're going to see him tonight.
Up the middle. Cut off by Marte, and that'll end the inning. Bottom of the 4th coming up.
Benji Molina hit a fly ball off the top of the right field wall. It was ruled a single. Emmanuel Burrison went in. He pitch ran for Molina. But a green spot on the ball from the top of the wall prompted a replay review of the hit. After a 12-minute delay, that's right, 12-minute delay, the call was overturned and the hit was ruled a home run. However, Molina was pinch ran for, and he didn't get credit for the run scored. Burris circled the bases, he got the run, but Molina did get credit with a home run and 2 RBIs.
So you think you've seen everything. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your trusted oil change tune-up and brake experts.
Well, right now you're going to see Roberto Gomez, 4th time that he's come in. 5 strikeouts in 3 1/3. He's a hard thrower. You're going to see mid-90s fastballs. He's got a curveball, slider, and a changeup. Gomez, tall drink of water. 6'5", 180 pounders. This guy's been a good story. The last 2 years, 2015, 2016, he did not play. So finally got some good health. Came back this year, and here he is in the big leagues.
So Ryder Jones is at first. So if our folks have been paying attention this year, and I said FedEx is doing the catching, they would know who that is, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, FedEx is doing the catching.
There you see Ryder Jones, and there's Tim Fedorovich, alias FedEx.
They call him FedEx, and there's not even an X in his last name.
Well, I think that's how he signs his autographs, or at least he should.
1 ball and 1 strike.
With a name like Fedorovich, when you're signing baseballs, I mean, by the end you get through 3 or 4 dozen, you're going to start hating your name. So you have to find a way to shorten it.
Within reason. Two balls and 1 strike. Look out. 3-1.
You know, that's the problem about the month of September. You bring your kids up, and they could go week to 10 days without throwing. Now all of a sudden they get into a big league ball game. They're pumped up, and at times they can be a little wild. Like that last fastball at 97.
Yeah, and then come back and throw one right down the middle. By the way, I don't know if you saw the note. I think you did, because we talked about it at coffee this morning. But Yadier Molina got back-to-back foul tips off his mask, and I think it was last night. Tapped out in front of home plate, and FedEx has got him. And they took him out immediately. Carson Kelly is doing the catching for the Cardinals tonight. And one of the reasons we mentioned it is because the guy who manages the Cardinals went through the exact same thing, and it ended his career. And then, of course, is Mike Matheny. So anyway, our best wishes to Yadier Molina. After what we saw would happen to Mike Matheny, we don't ever want to see that happen again to anybody. His golf mistakes a strike.
We do not.
And that's the fear, right? You get banged, and you're thinking, well, all right, the catcher will shake that off. And the fear is that very soon after he's going to get another one. And that's what happened. Maybe within the next couple of pitches.
I mean, look what happened to Brandon Belt. I mean, he got hit in the head with a 78-mile-an-hour curveball. It was a direct hit, granted, but he hasn't felt right since. I mean, he has missed 2 months of the season.
Goldschmidt tags one out into left center field, and Hernandez tracks it down.
And this is when Anthony Banda hit Brandon Belt, breaking ball. I mean, it was a direct hit, but he went down right there. And given his history, he's had several concussions, and we knew that he was going to be out of the game. We did not envision that he would not be back. Now that was August 4th, and he still has not been able to pass the concussion protocol. And he's been missed.
He has been missed. He's still leading the team in home runs. Here's Martinez, who picks up another base hit.
And his third leg of the cycle. Double home run and now the single. 6 RBIs on the night. And everything that's come off his bat tonight has been loud, louder, and loudest. This was the home run to right center. And folks, he didn't even get all of his lower body into swing. Put him over the century mark in RBIs in the season. That was his 44th home run.
Here's Iannetta. Iannetta takes a breaking ball for a called strike. In that Cardinal game, by the way, tonight, in a game that the Cardinals have to win, and they are leading the Cubs 8-3. Arrieta got tagged for 5 runs in that game in 3 innings. But things aren't going to change much. Colorado is winning 6-0 in the 8th. The pitch is high.
Colorado really has been scuffling offensively, and we have, I don't know, I can't remember the last time or if we've ever said that.
Tyler Anderson, the lefty for the Rockies, is in 7 innings through a 4-hitter. There's a swing. And you know, look, listen to the guys in the lineup for Miami: Gordon, Stanton, Yelich, Ozuna, Realmuto, Bauer.
That's some bangers.
Some bangers. Hit out to Hunter Pence. And that'll end the inning. So through 4 innings, it's 8-0 in favor of the D-backs.
By the authority of the San Francisco Giants and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of San Francisco Giants Baseball Club, LLC.
Well, Friday is Dollar Hot Dog Night. Fan Appreciation Month continues on Friday the 29th through Sunday the 1st. And all Giant dogs are only $1. And Look, they're not a buck just for an inning or two, for the whole game. So visit sfgiants.com for tickets if you're really hungry. Let's say Thursday you decide you're not going to eat, then come to the game on Friday for $1 hot dogs.
Did you say $1 hot dogs?
Yeah.
I want to get that. I want to get that. I didn't get that.
Williamson takes a called strike. It's 0-2.
That's one of the things I try to control is my hot dog consumption, but it's not always easy.
Well, it's part of the grand old game. Got him.
Fourth strikeout for Robbie Ray. Second time he's gotten Williamson.
So here's Tomlinson. Tomlinson rolled out to third. And the pitch is low. 1 ball and no strikes. And a strike. So that'll even the count. Orlando Calixte is on deck. It's 8-0. We're in the 5th inning. Fouled out of play. 1-2.
Tomlinson late on the fastball. And Robbie Ray's got a good fastball. We talk about the mid to high 90s velocity, but even at that, it looks faster when you're in that on deck circle or when you're in the batter's box. He gets it on you quick.
And wow, just foul. Kind of an emergency swing, a little poke job from Tomlinson, and he almost poked it right over the bag.
Well, from up here, I thought it was fair.
Too. But nobody down there did, so we're outnumbered.
Talked to the Giants hitters about Robbie Ray's fastball. I said, well, he's got a little crossover step, but you don't see it real early, and then boom, it's on you. And he's real good about planting on the hands of righties.
Got him. Strikeout number 5.
And Tomlinson's a good fastball hitter. And he's got probably the most compact swing on this Giants team. You strike him out with a fastball, you've got to earn it.
Here's Calixte. Rolled out to second to open up the third. And a shot right off of Drury, who was there on the overshift. And that hit Drury like he was wearing a frying pan.
Yeah, that's a big league clank right there. But you talk about a star for the guy that put him there. You can't go out there and defensively place him any better than that. I mean, he is right there, didn't even move.
The ball came up on him.
It just exploded on him. Got a lot of bare hand on it too. Yeah, ouch.
So here's Fedorovich.
He gets to lead the inning off too.
Ooh.
Isn't that the way it usually goes when you catch one on your hand?
Absolutely. Swing. Ain't gonna miss. Comes back with a breaking ball. It's 0-2.
Well, Fedorovich was not up there looking for anything but a fastball after that first one. That's how good Ray's fastball's been.
Outside, 1-2.
When you see a lot of guys taking breaking balls, they're not looking for them. They're gearing up for the fastball.
In the dirt. Did Robbie Ray stumble off the mound? Looks like he's cleaning his spikes like he did.
All right, let's take a look. Right? Yeah. A little slippage.
Up high.
I mean, he's got a big follow through. A lot of hard throwers are that way. I mean, he's not in a good position to field his position. Best coverage he has is going to be the left side of the infield. Anything hit straight back at him or to the right side, he's got none chance to catch because of his follow through.
High drive to left, and FedEx got him. It is out of here. Two-run home run for Fedorovich. And it's 8-2.
And he turned around that inside fastball. I think, I think he's just thinking, the heck with a break. I'm just going to sit on a fastball. It cuts right on the inside corner. And Fedorovich, quick middle in, built for that side of the plate, unloads. Brought a little life to Giants dugout. They've been looking for it.
So here's Hunter Pence.
Second home run of the year for Tim Fedorovich. And a big FedEx. Two hits, two homers.
Pence with a line drive to right field. That's a base hit. So Hunter Pence has been on base 3 times.
Hey, he had a 6 for 12 lifetime against Robbie Ray coming into tonight's ball game. So 3 good at bats. Continues his ownage. There's Gail. She's one of the ladies that takes care of the Giants entourage on their plane. On the right side of the screen, that's Shayna. And is that Jenny? Yep.
Yeah, Jenny's over there with the glasses. Oh, come on.
That guy's killing us.
Just absolutely killing us.
Well, he's wearing the right shirt.
The last flight tomorrow night. Or late afternoon tomorrow. So Mike Butcher departs. Here's Panic.
So Patty was not there. We're going to have to give her a little tease about that.
Yep.
TV time, and she wasn't there.
At the knees, and it snowballs in 1 strike. Blocked by Iannetta to even the count at a ball and a strike. Jorge De La Rosa is in the pen, is in the dirt again. 2 balls and a strike.
Jorge De La Rosa, as advertised.
And a strike, so it's 2-2.
Oh, explosive, perfect location. That type of location and velocity will make you shorten up. Choke up the bat a little bit, get quick.
And a full count.
Next pitch for Robbie Ray will be number 80. One thing that Tortorella is not going to do with any of his starters the rest of the season, he's not going to let them have a lot of stress innings as they prepare to go into the month of October.
Panic on the ground, and Goldschmidt will make the play. And that'll end the inning. So Fedorovich gets one in and knocks it out of the park. It's bye-bye, baby. It's 8-2 D-backs. Play the Togo's way. It happened June 13th, 2012. Gregor Blanco saves Matt Cain's perfect game with this great play in the 7th inning off the bat of Jordan Schaefer. And we do that because Matt Cain will bid farewell to the Giants with a start on Saturday, and Gregor Blanco is in the other dugout.
Joined at the hip the rest of their lives.
I think Gregor's eyes don't look sad that he's over there.
Well, he's going to be a plus in any clubhouse he goes to.
There he does a dance to get out of the way.
You know, and we all miss the guy.
He was some of our best after game interviews. In tight, 2 balls and a strike. One of the most fun things we liked about Gregor Blanco was he tried really hard to get better at the English language, and he tried to do everything that you would do if you were born in this country, including having a team in the Giants fantasy football draft, and knew nothing about football. As Drury takes a pitch inside, 3-2, but he watched it, read about it, tried to learn everything he could about it, and then he would have his draft. And he was great.
And there's no doubt in my mind that when he's done playing, he'll stay in this game.
There's a base hit for Drury. Game 2 of the World Series in 2014. Remember this? Gone.
Well, it kind of stunned the crowd there in Kansas City. The Giants would not win that game. But for Gregor Blanco to lead off the game in the World Series with a big fly, he left us with a lot of good memories.
I'll go back to what you said a long time ago when we were doing a game and you said that that's bad luck.
It is.
And of course when the other team does it, not when the Giants do it.
Yeah,
It
well,
turned out it was in that game.
Yeah.
This is Lamb, and Lamb takes a pitch outside.
But it does give you an idea of how the type of information that pitching coaches pass on to young pitchers. When you go out there and the first guy you face hits a ball out of the ballpark, pitching coach will tell you, hey, it's bad luck when that happens. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Bad luck for the guys that hit it off you. Now everything's going to go your way. I mean, pitching coaches have to be mechanics. They've got to be psychologists as well. They got to be cheerleaders. They got to be dads. The relationship with a coach and a player, very special thing.
Swing and a foul. It's 2-2. So a full count, or make it 2-2 to Jake Lamb. Pokes it foul.
I mean, Gregor Blanco thrilled us with his bat. He thrilled us with his glove, and he also thrilled us with his arm.
Well, he ended up taking Melky Cabrera's spot in 2012 and ended up taking Angel Pagan's spot in 2014. And now 3-2. Although he did create some angst in Game 7 of the World Series in 2014.
Just a little.
Are we going to show that?
Hey, it all worked out okay.
Runner goes, and it's ball 4. In that World Series in 2012, there was a play in the second game of that series. And Blanco overthrew the cutoff man, but right there was Scudero. And a great call.
Now Buster Posey put the tag on Prince Fielder. Prince Fielder was 100% sure that he was safe until he got back to the Tigers dugout and he was told, no, they got you. But it had to be perfect. And the relay from Blanco to Scudero, two fellow countrymen from Venezuela, proved to be absolutely perfect.
And when you break down the play and say he overthrew, that he didn't. The cutoff play is designed to have someone right behind the first cutoff man in case the throw is high to the first cutoff man and you're there. And it's exactly, I mean, you could not have written it up any better.
Scudero was the pigtail.
One ball and one strike. See him lined up.
Scudero just drops right behind Crawford. And Posey really made a nice play tag out of it. With Bumgarner backing it up.
Yeah, I think Bum got a little excited about that call. There's a pitch outside. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. The way this game is going, we're just going to show highlights in the entire Giants franchise history. We'll just show highlights, all positive highlights.
Okay, I'm with you.
Because these highlights aren't any fun, as that's driven into right center field and off the bricks. 2 runs are going to score, and Marte is going to have a triple.
Well, the pitch is down and in, and Marte just golfs it right off of the wall at the 413 sign in right center. And with his speed, an easy three-bagger. So Dave Righetti going to come out and talk to his young rookie, Roberto Gomez. And Righetti just looked up to our booth and said, hey, if you got any more Gregor Blanco highlights, go ahead and play it.
Please. So here's Jeremy Hazelbaker. And he pops this one back and out of play. So Hazelbaker. Made the catch of the night last night on a Joe Panic ball down the right field line. And that's lifted, fallen out of play. It's 0-2. Giants came up with 2 runs, and the D-backs just got them back. And the pitch is high. It's 1-2.
Pretty easy take on the 0-2 count. And those are things you talk about as your pitching coach to a young pitcher.
Another pop up, and this one's going to reach the seats. Hazelbaker trying to knock in this run, and the Giants have the infield in. And he got him. So Hazelbaker will be disappointed with that.
95 right on the inside corner, the base of the strike zone. Yeah, I can't imagine Hazelbaker too happy about that one.
So Peralta takes a strike. Peralta is 0 for 2. Here's our favorite hot dog vendor in the National League. As Peralta waves at a pitch in the dirt.
Yeah, I'm calling him a marketing genius. I mean, you see this guy 4 sections over and you start wanting a hot dog.
Hey, he's got a smile when he walks out of the house, doesn't he? Looks in the mirror, goes, how do I look, hon? Great.
That's right. That's exactly right. You're good.
Hit right back to Gomez.
Nice
2 outs.
Get the ball, check your runner. See, now this drives me crazy. That guy's got a free scuff on the ball. He's a rookie. When you get a scuff on a baseball, that's free movement. Just throw a fastball, and the scuff's going to make the ball move. And he just threw it out of the game.
Well, that tells me one thing. They just don't know how to do it.
So few balls are left in the game that are ground balls that come back to you that could possibly have a scuff on it. And the way you use the scuff is wherever you hold the scuff, it's going to go the opposite way. You hold the scuff so that it's on the 3 o'clock part of the ball, it's going to cut. If you're a right-hander, throw it to a right-handed hitter. If you hold it the other way, it's going to go the other way. Put your fingers on top of it, it's going to sink.
Hunter Pence is going to settle under this one, and that'll end the inning. So the damage is 2 runs, and now it's the 6th inning, and it's 10-2 D-backs.
San Francisco Giants.
It is a 10-2 lead for the D-backs. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service. Your trusted oil change tune-up and brake experts, and that's Jorge De La Rosa.
Take a look at what he has done this year in 63 games. Really has made the adjustment from the starting rotation to the bullpen beautifully. And he just eats up lefties, just hitting a $186 off him. And still throws hard. Low to mid 90s. He'll sink and cut the fastball. He'll throw curveball, slider, cutters, changeup, splits. He'll vary his arm angle. Very creative. And he may last another 10 years in the bullpen. He's got like 14 years in the big leagues now.
You're right. Here's Hernandez, and he takes a strike. Got one shot, and got a lot of teams from the West represented.
Angels, Padres, Twins, Kansas City, Seattle, Arizona State.
Oh, and 2 to Gorky Hernandez. On the ground, and I guess foul.
That's another one looked fair, didn't it?
Yep.
This gal here has been great tonight.
She's been all over the place. I think she might be a little nervous.
I think she's doing well. Atta babe.
Hit out into right center field. And Martinez got a good jump. And he will backpedal and make the catch. This guy over here is doing fine.
Just dreaming for a play. He's a Wilson guy. Yeah, everybody wants to be a friend of the ball dude because, hey, he gets a ball. He just may come your way with it.
Absolutely. Here's Ryder Jones. Ryder Jones batting for the first time. He came in to replace Mr. Posey at first base. And he rolls that one foul. Look it out. Skipped up into the front row. And the big fella got it.
Yeah, the big fella got it. He was protecting the little fella. Nice going, big fella.
Outside and low to Ryder Jones. No, that's yours. I'll get my own. Thank you. Jones takes the curveball down low. 3 balls and 1 strike.
That game in St. Louis has suddenly got interesting. The Cubs are down 8-1. Now it's an 8-7 ball game, and it's going to the top of the 9th. Cubs could clinch if they win.
Jones hits a little looper to right, and he's going to have a hit. So that's a 1-out hit, and that'll bring up Jared Parker. Jarrett Parker. There's a Parker fan. Park, okay. Okay, all right. They worked hard on that, so. Work hard on it. We'll be happy to show it.
Absolutely, we will. Happily. Along with about 8 Gregor Blanco highlights.
We may not be done yet. So De La Rosa, who's not the swiftest of working pitchers, throws a pitch down low. 1 ball and no strikes.
Well, this is De La Rosa being fast. When he was with the Rockies as a starter, he was really slow. He was the guy you hated to see on the mound on getaway day.
That is a fact.
But I think one of the things that the Diamondbacks have asked him to consider when he went into the bullpen is work quicker, and he has, to his credit. I mean, he was slow. Now he's worked himself up to deliberate.
Swing and a miss. 2 balls and 1 strike. Silvino Bracho is in the bullpen. Two balls and a strike. Two and two. Parker Had a really nice game last night. He had 3 hits. Not this time. 2 outs. And we're going to get a new pitcher. So Bracho's going to come in to face Mac Williamson with the D-backs leading 10-2. We'll be back. The Niners has joined Dave Feldman and Dennis Brown in the official pre and post game shows of the team. It's called Sunday to Sunday, and in-depth 49ers coverage every night with insider Matt Mayoko on NBCSportsBayArea.com. Sunday to Sunday. It is the home of the authentic 49ers fan.
So the new pitcher now for the D-backs will be Silvino Bracho. Take a look at what he has done in 19 games, 20 strikeouts and 18 1/3. It's a hard thrower, low to mid-90s with a slider and a changeup. And you may be wondering why in a 10-2 ball game is Torey Lovullo going to a bullpen. Well, he's keeping these guys sharp as they get close to October, and he's still trying to figure out who's going to make this postseason roster.
Williamson takes down low. Robbie Ray struck him out twice.
And I think the month of September, I mean, it's hard to keep everybody sharp. I mean, you want to win ball games, you want to get going. You also have to keep guys tuned up. They need work.
1 ball and 1 strike. Maybe that's how Jorge De La Rosa is going to be used in postseason.
Exactly.
There's Reyes Maranta. Very high into center field. Side retired. Bottom of the 6th coming up. 10-2 D-backs.
Trivia is brought to you by the all-new 2017 Chrysler Pacifica. By AAA. Get a free canvas backpack. Restrictions apply. Go to AAA.com/road trip or to a AAA branch for details. By Southwest. Yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. By Heffernan Insurance Brokers. Insurance and financial services for you and your business. Visit hefins.com. And by Toyota, the full-line automaker with the longest-lasting vehicles in America. Toyota, let's go places.
Reyes Maranta to Paul Goldschmidt and a call strike. 10-2 D-backs when it's time for a change. Think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your trusted oil change tune-up and brake experts.
6th game that Maranta has come into, and he's been fun to watch. Now, Maranta, 24 years of age. This is his 7th year of professional baseball. And when you look at the media guy, says he's 6 feet tall, weighs 175 pounds. I'm not sure that's accurate.
That's before he met Porkchop Bob.
Yep. But what he is a power arm. And he's young. I just have a lot of young guys go down and they'll touch the dirt with their throwing hand. Now that's not good because you can blister up if you get dirt on your fingertips. That's why you have a rosin bag out there.
Well, let's go back to what they said his weight was.
Yeah.
So these young guys come from these Latin countries, and either they don't quite get the question right, is how much do you weigh, or at that age they actually do weigh that much.
When he signed at 17, I have no doubt he was 6 feet tall, weighed 175 pounds. But that was 40 pounds ago,
yeah,
at least. But he is strong, and he has got a good fastball, and this guy is in the plans next year. They like him. And that's why. I mean, he could paint you at high velocity.
Parker is now in right field.
And that was a good pitch. Plus, there's Paul Goldschmidt he just did packing. Not many people do that to Paul Goldschmidt.
Well, Mr. Maranta, let's see how good you really are, because here's J.D. Martinez.
Who's got 3 legs of the cycle. And this ballpark, I think this ballpark, AT&T and Miller Park in Milwaukee, they're great triples ballparks. And J.D. Martinez got pretty good speed, so. However, he's never faced Reyes Maranta.
So that should mean this would be a spirited at bat.
Well, certainly one we're looking forward to after what we saw him do with Paul Goldschmidt. These are the guys you make your reputation on if you're a young pitcher. If you're Reyes Maranta, you got to be psyched you're facing the 3, 4, 5 guys of this Rockies team, or this Diamondback team, I beg your pardon.
Two and two.
Just shoot 97 right through him. You know Martinez is seeing it good. He's got 3 hits tonight. Single, double, grand slam.
Tap foul. So Martinez will get to see another pitch.
Plus, when Maranta drops on his back leg and he starts to get gathered to go, I mean, he unhinges. I mean, he's a max effort guy. He comes at you. Curveball. And I don't even know if Martinez knew he had that pitch.
Well, just by these last 2 hitters, he's my opening day starter next year against the Dodgers in LA.
Giants saw him come up to a game in spring training, and I believe it was against the A's. He did this, and he just looked like he belonged.
Yeah. Up the middle. And a base hit. Just past the diving panic. He probably thought he had a shot at that one. So Iannetta saves the evening. He's now 1 for 4. And here's Drury.
Second baseman, Brandon Drury.
That's 9 hits now tonight for the D-backs.
Nine hits. Giants have also given up 5 walks to the D-backs tonight.
There's a call strike.
You know, in a live ballpark like here, Coors Field, Great American Ballpark, I mean, you just can't set the table. The walks are always painful, but it seems in the smaller ballparks, the more offensive ballparks, they're more painful. That has been the case tonight. Of the 5 walks, 3 of them have scored.
Walks, errors. Two and two.
That's right. The Giants take on the Dodgers to start off 2018.
I think it's a 4-game series
in LA.
I wonder if they'll see Kershaw in that series.
They might see him twice.
You're right. And he got him, and he strikes out the side. Opening day. Maranta against Kershaw. Can't wait.
We'll be there.
Brought to you by your local Toyota dealer. Games like this, you have to humor yourself. 10-2. It was 8-0 after the second inning. Disaster start for Matt Moore. Fedorovich hit a home run. Robbie Ray was Robbie Ray. And J.D. Martinez a triple away from the cycle. All right, we got multiple changes, and we'll give those to you when we want to. So Bracho stays in the game, and it's now turned into a spring training game.
Maintenance game.
Waiting on Jeff Nelson to write down the changes. He cleans home plate, and now he's looking around. Yo, Jeff. Seriously.
Well, he's the crew chief. All right. Yeah,
Oh.
Blanco over there. Yeah, there. All right.
Jeff, really? Negron is in left. Fuentes is in center. Blanco is in right. Rosales is at first. And Jeff Nelson behind the plate.
Well, he's saying they're wrong, so we've got a problem. Bruce Bochy.
Bruce Bochy's going to say, look, if there's a problem, is there a chance that the D-backs could forfeit this game? No. Okay, well then let's play on.
I think he may have considered actually saying that.
Now, let's do the plate again, Jeff.
Well, you see, that's the problem with September. I mean, Diamondbacks, Giants both have like 38 guys on the card. And it can get a little confusing.
One ball and no strikes. So it's 1-0 to Kelby Tomlinson as he shoots this one to right, and Gregor Blanco's on the move, and he can't get it, and it bounces over for a ground rule double. Well, if Gregor can't catch it, nobody can.
Yeah, I think
that's the story I'm going with.
I agree with you. And plus, it's been Gregor Blanco night.
It has been. Absolutely. Here's Kalixe. Swing and a miss. Maybe got a piece, and it's no balls and one strike. Fedorovich is on deck. We are in the 7th. And a rocket hit right out, and Negron who puts it away. And here's Fedorovich.
That's always a disappointing at bat for a hitter, but I think especially for a rookie. I mean,
well, yeah, if you're trying to make an impression, absolutely.
Hit the ball out like that. I mean, you want a reward. You want a hit to show for it.
Fedorovich hit a home run in the 5th. And a rocket into left field, a base hit. So Tomlinson will stop at third right now. Bracho is not fooling anybody.
Well, especially Tim Fedorovich, who's got 2 at-bats in this game, a home run off of Robbie Ray, and then a bullet single off of Bracho. Hey, he's got 2 legs on the cycle. Should we start getting excited about that?
Yeah, we should. So in this 10-2 ball game, Torey Lovullo's coming out. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service. Your trusted oil change tune-up and brake experts. We'll be back. He'll be going after Pablo Sandoval.
So 43rd game that TJ McFarland has been in this year. Solid season. I mean, he's a sinker ball and lefty. Get your ground ball. It's a fastball right around 90 with a slider and a changeup. Not a big strikeout total, but that's not the kind of guy that he is. Sinker ball and lefties, they're a commodity. Oh, yes, they are.
That's pretty good right now, I got to tell you. Here's Sandoval.
Wake me up at 3. It'll look good to me. In the morning.
And a base hit for Sandoval. And that's going to knock in Tomlinson. And Blanco kicks it around, and he's going to be charged with an error as Fedorovich goes to third. Sandoval not waiting around. Here's Joe Panik.
I'll tell you one thing about Sandoval. His at-bats right-handed have dramatically improved.
Yes, they have. Panik had a hit in the first inning. He's 1 for 3. And he takes low. 1 ball and no strikes. It's 10-3. And a strike. So the Cardinals held on.
Cardinals held on to beat the Cubs 8-7 in St. Louis.
And Milwaukee hung on.
Milwaukee hung on to beat the Reds 7-6 in Milwaukee.
So no change with the Rockies winning. This is hit out to right. Tagging is Fedorovich. He's going to score. So for Panik, it's a sacrifice fly. It's really not what you want when you're trying to come back in games like this, but I mean, you hit the ball hard. That's all you can do, and you end up with an RBI. So here's Gorkis Hernandez. And a base hit for Hernandez.
Not many cheap hits either.
You're right. Here's Ryder Jones, who blooped a single into right field in the 6th. So Ryder Jones has an at-bat that can continue to make things interesting.
He runs into one, it becomes a ball game.
And he takes a curveball down low. Jared Parker is on deck. It's jammed and fouls it off his foot. So Jones at the plate. One and two.
Fastball right at the knees on the inside corner at 91. One thing a hitting coach will do when a young hitter gets done with it at bat, they'll ask about what his thoughts were. It's usually the next day when they can replay him and bring out the video and talk to him about it. What were you looking for here in this 1-1 count? And you better have an answer. And it's a 1-2 count. You can say, I'm just looking for the ball out of his hand, and then that'll pass. But on a 1-1 count, they want to know what you're looking for. You're looking for fastball speed? Then where are you looking for it? Middle in, middle away?
Slowly hit. He could beat this out. And he's out by a step, and that'll end the inning. Giants score a couple. It's 10-4. Diamondbacks. And Giants brought in a new pitcher of their own.
Josh Osich, the new pitcher for the Giants. Take a look at what he has done in 52 games, 3-2, 6.31 ERA.
So here's Osich to Lamb. And a call strike. We got a whole new infield. Did I say spring training game?
Yeah, it's kind of taken on that look now that we have a whole new infield. With the exception of Joe Panic. No, he's gone. It is a whole new infield. Sorry.
Jones is at third. Kalik stays at short. Much to my partner's shock, Tomlinson is at second. And the Panda is at first. And Lamb is gone.
At 99 mile an hour, reach back 2-strike see ya from Osich. That's the thing about Josh Osich. I mean, he can just make you look like you've never played the game before.
But it was right down the middle of the plate. That's not a knock on Osich. I'm wondering what Lamb might be looking for.
Well, at 99 just kind of snuck up on him.
This is driven into center field. And Marte is out for the first time. And this is going to bring to the plate number 53.
Christian Walker.
Christian Walker. So we're waiting for Jeff Nelson to write in Walker.
He's not having any fun trying
He's
to.
not. You know what? He's not happy right now.
No, he's not. I mean, he wants to keep the game moving.
Slap that mask on.
Well, he's got to make sure it's all done correctly.
And then he almost gets hit on a scud. 1 ball and no strikes.
Yeah, that would be insult to injury. Well, I mean, if you're an umpire, you never really know what kind of game you're going to get.
Swinging and a foul. Held on by Fedorovich. Just an unhappy home plate umpire is just not good. It's kind of like an unhappy mom. 1 and 2.
Yeah, you got to keep mom happy.
Yeah, you got to do it. Back is Walker got what he wanted. He got a fastball, maybe not at 98, but One ball and 2 strikes. Well, and to maybe Fedorovich not having any fun, and Jeff Nelson takes the mask off, and he's thinking, I want to be where Eddie Montague is right now.
Well, I'm not sure where it got Jeff Nelson, but he needed a little minute. So Fedorovich just kind of trotted out the mound to just give Nelson a chance to regroup. Let's see where it gets him. And he got him in the mask.
Just put me where Eddie is right now.
Well, Jeff, hang in there.
Eddie's on a couch having a beer.
Well, I'm sure Eddie can remember a few days where when he was an umpire, that happened to him.
Hang in there.
Well, you know, umpires, they don't get a chance to go sit in a dugout for half an inning. It's going to have to grin and bear it.
Well, this is driven into right center field and hit well and gone. And that's the part of the ballpark if you could get something behind it, and Walker did.
That's an impressive at bat. Well, he was the PCL Player of the Year. And for Walker, at the AAA level, he had 32 home runs and 114 RBIs for Reno. And it's a 2-out, 2-strike RBI or home run that really wasn't a hanger either. He went down and beat a pretty good pitch. What's amazing about Walker was that he was waived in spring training by the Cincinnati Reds. Arizona picked him up, and boy, did he deliver at the AAA level for Arizona. You gotta like that.
So here's Blanco. Foul back. So Blanco has got the teal shoes on as well, and the 2-1 pitch, and it's high, 3-1.
You could have pulled off the teal shoes.
Yeah, I don't know if I would have worn teal. Maybe. Three and two. I had to make sure that other guys were wearing them.
I mean, it's really not a bad look. D-backs uniforms, I like them.
And that'll do it. The home run by Walker, it's 11-4 D-backs.
today. Learn more, go to RBIGame.com.
It's 11-4 D-backs. And one of the real outstanding performers this year for the D-backs is on the mound, and that's Archie Bradley.
Yeah, he's been a real big part of this team's success. And look at the numbers, 76 strikeouts in 70 innings against just 18 walks. And Bradley is a hard thrower. I mean, you think about him, he was a high draft pick, came up here. They had visions of him being in the rotation, but it didn't work out. But boy, has he found a home, and he's a setup man for Fernando Rodney. You'll see mid to high 90s with the fastball. He'll cut the ball. He's got a big curveball and a changeup. Very aggressive.
Here's Parker, who takes down low. Vargas is now at third. And Parker takes low again. You know,
the one thing you fear if you're Torey Lovullo or Mike Butcher, the pitching coach for the D-backs, is a guy like Archie Bradley. He's an adrenaline guy. Those are the guys that are the setup guys, guys that excel as closers. They need the heat of the moment. And in an 11-4 ball game, there's not a lot of adrenaline. And that may be the message that Chris Iannetta is delivering to Bradley right now.
Yeah, don't blow your ERA in this game.
Well, but he needs a maintenance inning. He needs work. He's one of the guys they have to keep sharp going into postseason.
Here's Mac Williamson. And Williamson with a solid single to left. And that'll bring up Kelby Tomlinson. Tomlinson with a double into right center field in the seventh. And a swing and a high foul. And a breaking ball and a quick 0-2.
One of the strengths of Bradley is that he can give you the same type of stuff that you see from a starter. 4 different pitches, 2 different types of fastball.
On the ground. And a double play. So Bradley be pleased with that.
Well, one thing you learn as a starter, you learn how to pitch the situation, and that's the ground ball he was looking for.
So here's Calixte.
Kyle Crick's ready. He will pitch the bottom of the 8th.
Calixte hit a line drive to left in the 7th. Here he takes a strike. He's 0 for 4. Down the right field line, and that's going to be out of play. Parker's at third. This is who ended up with the baseball. Tapped slowly foul, so it stays at 0-2.
Hey, look what I got, Mom. Psyched. Mom, seriously.
I do, yeah.
Don't be taking my baseball.
I'll not be playing around with my baseball.
Yep. Those are two good smiles. Baseballs can do that to you.
Stays at 1-2.
You know, when you see a ball go in the stands, those are the smiles you're looking for.
Yeah.
They make you dance a little bit.
One ball and 2 strikes. And another foul.
All right, let's see our ball babe. She's been money all night. All right, that's going. She's moving good.
1-2, she is. And this should end the inning on a high fly ball to Blanco in right. And that'll do it. 11-4 D-backs. .12:30 pregame live will start at 11:30 right here on NBC Sports Bay Area, and you can stream live on the NBC Sports app and check out Alex Pavlovich at NBCSportsBayArea.com. Kyle Crick is the new pitcher.
Let's take a look at the numbers for Crick in 28 games. He has done well. 26 strikeouts in 30 1/3. ERA at 3.26. Talked about Archie Bradley being a guy coming out of the rotation and making a transition in the bullpen. Well, Kyle Crick has done the same thing. Most of his minor league career, he was a starter. But he is definitely on the map in regards to next year. Hard thrower, mid to high 90s. He's got a slider, curveball, changeup.
So Fuentes takes a ball. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Fortes hits a little soft line drive to Calixte, 1 out.
Yep, rode in for the game. And they'll be riding back out to the ranch when it's over.
Yeah, if you're going to wear that hat, you have to have the biggest binoculars in the room. And that guy does.
Big binoculars, no cattle.
Here's Rosales.
Isn't that how the saying goes?
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, 2. And 3 pitches.
Yeah, good morning, good afternoon, and grab some pine meat.
Adam Rosales waited the whole game for this.
Yeah. Well, hey, it's all part of the education when you don't know a guy.
Here's Negron, Christopher Negron. Time to go.
They're just getting in position.
Strap that little girl in. There's a call strike.
Yep, she's perfectly happy.
Yeah. Negron hitting at 150. Probably saw Kyle Crick at some point this season in the minor leagues.
Negron, the pride of Napa. Representing Northern California, stepping in that batter's box.
Well, the pride of Napa is ahead in the count 3-1. So Dad's got the bag with all the goodies to keep everybody happy. Grabs this guy. Let's go. Move it.
Like
move it.
A bag of kid. Isn't that how it goes?
Yeah. He's got the Buster Posey jersey on though. Out of play. 3-2.
Oh yeah.
You got to keep an eye on that age. They will be off on their own.
So once he gets in the car seat and they're heading home, how long is he going to last?
It'll be about between 7 to 9 minutes. The 3-2. Tap foul. And 27,487. Mom's doing a little chewing here. Move it, move it, move it.
Yeah, that's the neighbor kid. He's a D-back fan.
The neighbor kid. Out of play. There you see some teal in those socks. It's in there. You got to look for it, though.
Yeah, I think socks have evolved.
Oh.
Uniform socks have never been as cool as they are in current day baseball. Crick thought he had strike 3. Is it down? No, it wasn't. I don't think Jeff Nelson is in any mood to argue, though, but you can see why Crick wanted it.
Well, it's a strike.
Yeah, he thought he had it. Hey, they're cheering in Napa right now.
Here's Iannetta. 1 ball and no strikes.
Yeah, rookie umpire, veteran umpire, or rookie pitcher, veteran umpire. You kind of have to just avoid that stare right there, because they can close up a strike zone on you. I think most umpires feel you have to be around a few years before you can ask them where it was.
Yeah. 2 balls and a strike.
Especially a guy who's a crew chief like Nelson, who's been around a long time.
Yeah, if it's one of the younger umpires, ask away.
Yeah, if a younger umpire that you may know in the leagues that you came up in. But the old crew chiefs, don't ask.
Don't ask.
Don't give them stank eye. Don't shake your head. Don't show them up.
Look out. And that's ball 4.
Well, I think Fedorovich is sensing a bit of frustration out here with Kyle Crick about pitches that he hasn't gotten, and it happens with, it can happen with any pitcher, but especially young guys. If you don't get a pitch, you have a tendency to let your concentration and your mind stay on the pitch you didn't get. And you need an old catcher to go out there and kind of kick you in the tail, say, look, you need to concentrate on the pitch you're about to throw. So quit jimmy jacking around.
Drury is 1 for 4. And whatever FedEx said, he's got through.
He's going to be a coach, maybe a manager someday. Sees the game very well.
Hit out to right, and it'll be Parker, and that'll end the inning. So 9th inning is coming up. The 11-4 D-backs. Esurance Giants postgame live, highlights, reaction, and analysis, and it's all coming up for a full hour
right after the game.
So 11-4 is Bradley stays in. It'll be Fedorovich hitting for the third time. He's 2 for 2. And he takes outside for a ball. Pablo Sandoval on deck.
So Bradley getting extended tonight. He probably won't pitch in tomorrow's game. D-backs have an off day on Thursday. Then they go to Kansas City for the last 3 games of the regular season schedule. So, plus he may have gone in there and asked for another inning.
Yep.
But I do find it odd that nobody in the bullpen is at least playing catch.
2-2 on the healthy rip by Fedorovich.
Because one thing they don't want to see is Bradley have to go into a 48 pitch outing. He's got 19.
Big chopper to third, and Vargas will make the throw. And here's Sandoval.
Tell you one thing about Bradley. He's got the Game of Thrones beard down. It's a good one.
He does, I agree. Sandoval takes a strike. He singled against McFarland as a pinch hitter in the 7th. So Bradley, who doesn't waste any time, he gets the ball back, he puts that foot on the slab, and he is getting after it. And if you're a hitter, just stay right in there with him.
Well, I think Pablo's going to take your advice. He's ready to go. Look, fastball.
Well, he used to have a much slower routine where he did all different stuff. He doesn't do that anymore. Chaps this one. And another strong play by Drury going to his right.
He has made 2 exceptional plays to his backhand side tonight.
He really has.
I mean, I thought this was a base hit. Pablo thought it was a base hit. Bradley thought it was a base hit. Yet Drury, in the end, had the final say-so. Throws a Jeter style with a little jump throw. Perfection.
So here's Crawford.
They had to send this lineup card to Cooperstown after the game.
Yeah, make sure Jeff Nelson signs it and puts a big happy face on it. That was a call strike.
I think he should put the not so happy face on it. Yeah, he's one of the wildlings with that beard.
The 1-1 to Crawford, and Crawford looks at a pitch low.
Well, getting closer to Thanksgiving.
Can't explain it. Here's the pitch. Crawford lines it down the left field line, and Crawford's going to have a pinch hit double. How about that?
With authority. took a high velocity fastball in the outside corner. I mean, and that's what you're supposed to do with it. Take it the other way.
So here's Gorkis Hernandez. Gorkis singled in the 7th inning.
So it's a 30-pitch night for Bradley. And he did sneak a little peek at towards the bullpen. And David Hernandez starting to stretch it out.
And that pitch is high, so it's 2 balls and a strike. High and foul and out of play.
Saw the look at Torey Lovullo, the manager of the D-backs. He's looking up there at the pitch count. Hadn't lost any velocity in his fastball. Gorkis Hernandez gets on. We're going to see a pitching change.
I think we are. You're right. Out of play. It's 3-2.
Boy, Jeff Nelson gets another one in the face. He has had some kind of night. He just looked over to his other umpire and said, "What next?"
Boy, Blazer says, "Yep, I feel you."
What next?
And another foul.
Apparently just pumping fastballs.
And the walk.
So David Hernandez is going to come in.
So Hernandez coming in. It remains 11-4. is Ryder Jones is coming up. Jones is singled and he's rolled out to second. And there's David Hernandez.
Sacramento native.
Hey, Latch is still here. A lot of whiteout though, Latch. Come on.
Yeah, a lot of whiteout.
Yeah, we got one of those bags too. It's called the bag of tricks. There's a called strike. Oh, and 1 to Ryder Jones. Still waiting.
Oh, she's not going to give up hope. Gamer. Oh, yeah. She's got a good luck flower in. Could not look any better.
You'd think it was the first inning. 0-2.
So a curveball from Hernandez. So now Ryder Jones is going to step out a little bit and think about it. Little reach back velocity with a 2-strike fastball.
One and 2. Two balls, 2 strikes.
So he's kind of dragging him through the garden. He's giving him 2 types of fastball, a curveball, that last pitch, a back foot slider.
And that's the ball game. So in a game, you may not believe this, but the Giants had the same amount of hits as the D-backs, but walks and big flies and those kind of things hurt the Giants tonight. And it was just a very, very poor start for Matt Moore.
Well, and that it was his last outing of the year. It's not the kind of outing you want to take into the offseason. He'd worked hard. He'd been very consistent his last 7 starts tonight. It was not happening. He was behind in the count a lot. He worked himself into a lot of hitters' counts and created opportunity that the Diamondbacks just did not miss taking advantage of. And that was the difference in this game.
Yeah, we said this a number of times this year. Win tomorrow, they take the series behind Jeff Samardzija. Final score, D-backs 11, the Giants 4. Stay tuned. Esurance Giants post-game live. That starts right now.